Good morning. Well, today I want to introduce you to one of the bravest, most courageous, and inspiring human beings that I have ever met. His name is Jonathan Petre, and he's 14 years old. His story will both break and embolden your heart. Jonathan suffers from EB, the worst disease you've probably never heard of. It is a rare but debilitating condition that makes his skin extremely fragile and prone to blistering. Jonathan is what is called a butterfly child, and here is just a glimpse into the agonizing 3 or 4 hours that he and his mother have to spend every other day.
To help manage his condition and prevent infection, Jonathan and Tina must go through the most excruciating process of Jonathan's day, his bath.
1, 2, 3, up.
Once he's fully soaked, the two carefully remove all the bandages from Jonathan's body. It's an incredibly delicate process.
It's always that battle between pain and not. What?
Nothing, I just want you to keep taking your dressing off. Is there more skin on your hand? Yeah. I saw it, Johnny. You didn't have to show me. I know. I saw that too.
So then, it really hurts for her. Obviously.
The bath is just the first part of the process. The second part involves putting a new set of dressings on his body. In total, the bath and dressing can take over 3 hours, and Jonathan and Tina must do it every other day.
Probably the biggest challenge, being so helpless in front of your kid and having to do dressings. And I mean, you're the one who's hurting him.
Now, after watching that, try to ever complain about anything, ever again. Oh, you didn't make the sale? You lost your job? Traffic? Spouse not meeting your needs? Kids driving you crazy? Bad weather? Bad hair day? You got a hangnail, a little tired, feeling stressed? Ad nauseum. You feel kind of bad now? After spending time with Jonathan, I did too. Jonathan has helped eliminate any excuses you or I ever can possibly come up with. When I asked Jonathan how in the world he is able to endure and make it through so much pain, he taught me one of his tricks, as he calls it, on how he's able to push himself through and past his pain threshold. I'm telling you, this trick has forever since changed my ability to endure pain and see things through. Jonathan calls it going into the void. When Jonathan starts hitting his pain threshold, he mentally steps into a dark room where in the middle of the room, there's a little candle that's flickering. He pours all his pain into that candle flame. The flame is his will and determination. The more he feeds the candle his pain, the less pain he has, and the more powerful the flame of his will and determination get. Then eventually, he gets past the pain point, the pain dissipates, and he can step out of the void and back into reality. You actually saw him do that in the video. You can use this trick anytime you hit your figurative pain wall too. It could be the pain that you feel while running or working out. When you feel the pain, feed the flame. It could be the pain or tedium you feel when prospecting. When you feel the pain, don't quit or slow down, just start feeding the flame. It could simply be the stress or frustration or anxiousness that you're feeling due to a particular circumstance. Enter the void and feed your candlelight with all the pain, stress, and frustration and anxiousness that you might have. What is happening here is this. First of all, physically, you are far more powerful than your mind lets you be. You can handle way more than you think you can. Meeting Jonathan hopefully reminded you of that. What this self-hypnosis does, it gets your mind to focus outside of yourself by focusing on the flame. Then mentally, it gets the negative energy out of your body as you mentally feed the flame. And then simultaneously, you're mentally building the flame of your will and your determination and your valor. It's a really great trick. After interviewing Jonathan, I used it that night in the gym. I had one of the best workouts I've ever had in years. And I do it every time I start to feel stress. I just feed the flame. Try it today. Once you start to feel pain, step into the void of that dark room with a candle flame lit in the middle and feed the flame your pain. And as it grows, so will your will and determination. Share your thoughts about this or what you do to push yourself past your pain threshold on a regular basis in the comments below.